demonstration project is a capstone of our students' learning. It summarizes and embodies the knowledge they have acquired during the year. It also let them demonstrate their ability to articulate research and design. In the demonstration project, they first identify a formula and design problems. And then they propose a promising design solution based on their research into 3 areas: system viability, people's desirability, and technical feasibility. First, they need to know people's desirability, what people need, what people want, what they desire for. Some are explicit, some are latent needs. Second, they have to understand system viability, whether their idea is viable in different systems, including social systems, financial systems, market systems, industrial systems, and even ecological systems. Finally, it comes technical feasibility. They have to make sure there are emergent accessible technologies that make their design possible. Interaction design is an emergent interdisciplinary area that connects human-computer interaction, product design, communication design, and digital media. We open up new possibilities of how designers can reshape people's experience via new technologies, with a view to changing people's behavior, bringing about new meaning in our everyday lives. This year, we have students from different parts of the world. For example, mainland China, India, America, Singapore, and of course, Hong Kong. Their projects has addressed a variety of different topics. I can summarize in 3 main areas. First, design for well-being. Second, design for people connection. Finally, design for critical thinking. We have application that facilitates the learning of visually impaired persons. We also have wearable devices that track users' everyday physical status. Also, a reconstruction proposal for a public park that encourages calisthenics in the neighborhood. The second area is design for people connection. They propose a new social network that match backpackers with local hosts in different cities, or try to link meal makers at home and meal takers at work. We also have intimate wearables that bring together a couple who live apart via teleporting their intimate and tangible feeling. The third area includes a range of work that try to provoke our critical thinking. For example, we have applications that try to drive us away from procrastination. We also have a sensor-connected domestic product that keep reflecting our balance of life in different aspects. And then there is a playful installation that repurpose our everyday clutters today. I think what set apart our new designers of today include 3 attributes. APE. First, A, analytical. They can do research, data collection, and analysis. P, poetic and passionate. They are sensitive, expressive towards our world, our society, and our environment. Lastly, the most precious attribute is empathy. They are able to put themselves in others' shoes. In other words, they can think in the minds of others. They can envision, they can imagine, they know people's needs. At the end, they are able to visualize and also actualize their ideas via making and testing.
The project title is actually my emotional wall. It allows the user to touch and feel and to improve their emotional by multiple touching the surface. Singaporeans are lucky that they are well taken care of by the government, which is financially, medically, and environmental are better well off than my parents. But somehow we still lack of emotional support by the society as well as the government itself. So I'm doing this for the governments. Hopefully they will accept my design concept that they can implement back to Singapore to help the people in Singapore to live much happier. The contact is basically because of the ministry, MSF, Ministry of Social Families. They have a plan, a master plan that take care of Singapore aging people, Generation X, which is allow hardware, software, that means the space and the financial, and the other one is hardware, which is very important to us at this moment because we are taken care of very well, but the emotional part is not really taken care of. So they actually started off to key in this program. So I just want to propose my idea to them, saying that let's start from ground zero, understand each individual emotion, needs, and application back to them. Okay, as you know that touch actually has much more emotional by looking and seeing or even hearing. By touching, enhance your emotional, it's a very rich kind of communication. So you will be introduced by movement of the device itself that capture your attention. So once you have the attention, you move near and you touch it, and they do have, the ideal plan was they have your sensitive, they're able to calculate your pressures or how you touch the object itself. So by spending some of the time, the database will be collected and hoping that they will provide you with the type of emotional need that you need. Then at the end of the day, before you leave the exhibition, you can collect this magnetic device where you can further enhance and engage back in office or back at home. You can continue touching it. Yeah.
有陣時, I remember, it's a design exhibition to experience the relationship while sharing the collectivities from the sentimental value in Hong Kong. So 食飯啦, dinner time. Like this is the installation of collectivities memories of the 60s families having dinner in Hong Kong. So it allows visitors to experience and also by touching and hearing the relationship among family and neighborhoods.
The name of my project is called Pokemo. Actually, there's a slash. Pokemo is, it means that poke your emotion. It's a project designed for long-distance relationship couples. The tool is more like an interactive and intelligent tool for long-distance couples to exchange their emotion and share their feelings. There are 3 different functions. First of all, which is the main function, is the message coder. The message coder employs tactile mechanism, which is poke your ring and the other side will vibrate. And another mechanism is to twist the upper layer of a ring, and the twisted angle got synchronized and updated to your partner's ring, so his or her ring will automatically rotate to that angle. And you can customize and edit your own message, which can be only understood by you and your partner. And the second function is the bad mood alert, is monitoring your skin conductance using GSR sensor. When your mood gets dramatically changed, that data will change a lot. Then it will be sent to your partner's ring, and his or her ring will get tightened up, so that part will be aware of your emotion change. And the third function is the health indicator. The health indicator is using the smart glass. The opacity of the upper layer of the ring is representing your partner's health status. When it's transparent, it means that he or she is in a good condition. When it turns foggy, it means that he or she might be ill.
My project SLAM is dining, and my topic is collaborative consumption. Because I want to design an app for young people living apart from her family, also can eat a home-cooked meal because it's good for their body, good for their health. And so my app have 2 functions. The first is exchange, and another is collaborate. Exchange means you can directly buy a meal from someone who have enough time to cook, and another collaborate is we we contribute to different parts to cook. Because when I when I did the research part, I found some guys just want to cook. They don't want to wash dishes, and they really hate to buy food material. So I think about maybe I can help these guys to do the whole to collaboratively cook together and enjoying the whole process. So like different people have different roles. So we are like a washer, buyer, cook. So we contribute a different part for a meal.
The name of the project is actually Goody Exchange. It's an interactive balancing racks. It's a series of racks. Basically, like you see here, they have a game, and the main feature of this is to be a free cycling system for tiny objects. This is one of my first predispositions because I'm quite attached to things and I don't like throwing things away. So I actually started off that, okay, there are so many things, and right now when we see the lifespan of every object is really getting less. So that's how I got this thing that, okay, how can we repurpose these objects if not make use of them? Because we have new trends, we have new things coming up. You change your phone more often than ever before. So this is like a place where you can keep these things that you feel bad about throwing. So they are things that are too good to throw away. And that's the kind of niche I got to for my project. The art installation is going to be like a public installation which serves two basic purposes. So it is repurposing at two different levels. So the first level is to repurpose by changing the context of the object in itself. And the second way to repurpose is by changing the owner. So the first way to repurpose is getting accomplished when people are coming and putting their objects here. Because of the weight of the objects, there is a game being played. So that's the first way it's getting repurposed. And in the second way, because people are going to consciously shuffle around and look for things that they want to take back, it's going to increase the life of the object and it's going to be passed to the next owner of the object. So that's how it gets repurposed in the second way.
My project is called Push Pull Fit Ground. I'm trying to improve an existing park that is in Shangwan. Currently it is situated in a beautiful area overlooking Victoria Harbor. A lot of people use the park, but unfortunately not too many people use the fitness ground. It has to do a lot with the current equipment there and the changing needs of the people's fitness goals. So currently I'd like to improve upon the space, but also include sensing equipment that would basically analyze people's movements, so we could provide exercises that they could do to help their fitness. The analysis will pinpoint your trouble spots, and then you can work on those to improve. It would be a combination of using infrared cameras and RGB cameras along with sound to provide the sensing. Most everyone, but we really like to concentrate on the working people of Hong Kong, both male and female. Yeah, we've tried to basically change out some of the equipment for space reasons. We want to have a little bit more space-friendly equipment. Because currently, even though there's 4,000 square feet of space, there's only 6 pieces of equipment in the current facility. We try to make this space more useful.
Okay, the name of my project is called the Slow Clock, and it's actually a connected home system where all devices are smart and they're interconnected, and it gives you a visual output through a clock or like a wall clock to remind you of your activities. So generally, actually, when we talk about home automation, it's about efficiency and it's about speeding up. However, my concept is actually for slowing people down, to remind them of smaller activities which they often neglect, for the little experiences in smaller things in life which give you happiness. The clock is actually a system of gears like this, and they rotate in different fashion to create combination of words. And these words remind you of the particular domain that you're neglecting. For example, if you're neglecting your social activities, it will create a word combination and tell you about your social activities. Other than that, it's also connected to an application, a phone application, where you can choose to check or uncheck your list of devices. So it's up to you to customize your whole system and choose the time you spend on each, or even be reminded of these activities. So it's a fairly customizable home, connected smart home system, especially for slow living. So this is the Slow Clock app. And you can go inside to see the same 6 categories which are reflected on the clock. Say for example, if we click on the safe category, we can see a list of all our connected devices, and the ones that we have been neglecting will be highlighted. Plus on the bottom there are the categories. You can go to another category, see more devices. You can set the timings and the minimum maximum limits for each device. And lastly, if you're not willing to do the particular activity at that particular time, there's always an option called later. So you may postpone that activity and the clock will understand, it will start to move again. And however, it's going to remember that those activities are still pending, so it'll remind you at another time.